So now, then NPUs got started. Can you tell us the unique system that the NPU is in that there's 25 of them and like they're all structured in different ways? So can you explain how that came to be?
Well, when the NPU system was created, we were given some very broad mandates. One was that we would meet frequently on issues related that would come up before City Council, that we would create a set of bylaws that would be appropriate for your neighborhood, and that you would have annual elections. And so with those very broad guidelines, each NPU would decide how they wanted to organize and would codify that in their bylaws. So as a result, some that had very strong neighborhood organizations might have organized around a representative body where representatives from each neighborhood would have the votes, and others, like my NPU and NPUF, we opted for a town hall format.
Okay, so I'm going to show one. This is an example of NPUV. So if you recall on the map, let me see if I can bring it up here. There we go. NPUV was just one of the 25, but in NPUV, this is one I happen to work in, which is why I have the map. There's different neighborhoods that are listed here. So you can see that there's Summerhill, Mechanicsville, Pittsburgh, Peoplestown, etc. And so all of these neighborhoods are represented at the monthly NPUV meeting. They each get a vote on the issues that they're talking about. And so that particular NPUV is represented by neighborhoods. So Debbie, I'd like now to contrast that with your NPUF. So when you say town hall meetings, tell us what you mean by that.
At our meetings, anyone that lives in the NPU or owns property in the NPU can vote on any issue that becomes before the NPU for recommendation. So when we have a major issue, we might check IDs to see to ensure that we're getting a proper voting representation. Or at most of our meetings, I just let whoever is there vote.
So I'm pulling up the NPUF website, and what I want to do is just ask you some questions. First of all, at the top, I take it that each one of those logos is representative of a neighborhood with an NPUF. Is that right?
That's correct.
I think that is so cool that each one of your neighborhoods is distinctive enough and developed enough that they have their own identity and that they have their own logo.
That's right.
So there are some people, as I've talked to people about this, that are afraid of losing their neighborhood identity. It doesn't appear that you guys have, though.
No, in fact, our NPU is more of an umbrella organization for the neighborhoods. So for zoning issues, for example, that come before the NPU or alcohol licenses, the work that is done on the research and support and working with the developers actually takes place within the NPU, and they bring that to the NPU with a recommendation, and then we vote.
And that's what I've seen in most of the other NPUs as well. So when you say you have a town hall setup, I'm not clear yet what that means, because each NPU meets monthly, right?
Yes.
So when you say town hall, how does that differ from, for example, if all the neighborhoods are coming to be presented?
In our NPU, discussion of any issue comes from the floor. In some representative organizations, most of the discussion actually is done by the elected representatives and the board. As a result, there's a limited number of people that may participate in the discussion when it's just the board that's considering an application. In ours, anyone that's there is able to speak. Mm-hmm. And as I said, if they live in the NPU, they're able to vote.
Okay.